Welcome, you guys. It's Tall Paul here with MeetYourAngels.com, and we have a special treat today. We have Sage and Summer, who are also YouTubers. And so why don't you guys introduce yourself and tell us all about your channel?
Okay. All right. So I'm Sage and I'm Summer. And then we started a YouTube channel together. It's just kind of random videos about us. We answer questions. We try food. We try makeup on. Yeah. We do challenges. A little bit of everything, kind of staying relevant. I guess our kids give us inputs on what videos to do, and that kind of helps us gauge the audience. And I guess yeah, and I think that we work well. We're twins, so yeah, we definitely mesh well together on camera and are comfortable around each other, so that's why.
Now, how far away do you live from one another?
We live like 3 to 5 minutes, maybe, depending on traffic.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's really
Yeah.
So I've watched, some of your videos because I'm just found your channel recently. I can't say I've learned a lot, but because of what I do with my readings, I really kind of purposefully did not watch a lot because when I give you a reading, I don't want to have too much information. Just so it's not like I'm feeding you stuff that I already knew because I really don't know that much. All right.
Right.
So on your channel bio, it says that you're Hawaiian.
Yes.
Okay, now did you ever live in Hawaii?
Yeah. We were born there.
Oh, okay. And what age did you leave Hawaii?
We were 5.5. It was the year that we turned 6. Yeah, we moved here in '96.
Now, were you raised with any of the Hawaiian traditions, like the Hawaiian healing?
None of that. No, there was a lot of traditions, but not of the healing.
Okay, so do you know, you've heard of a kahuna, right? Or no?
No, like, yeah, I'm not really. I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, years ago, I used to have a podcast on Blog Talk Radio, and I had the privilege of interviewing a kahuna, which is ancient. The word kahuna means the one who knows, and these were the healers within the community. And she was on my show several times, so I just really loved interviewing her. And it's quite. Have you ever had any sort of Hawaiian healing, like lomi lomi, or?
No, not that to us. We know of others, like in the family, but not really, not ever done to us. No.
Okay, you guys, look at. When you get a chance, do you ever go back to Hawaii? Or I know now with COVID it's hard, but
yeah, we actually went back in January, right before everything. Year before everything happened, got shut down. Yeah.
And what island are you from?
Molokai.
Oh, Molokai. Oh, wow. Okay, my cousin has a condo there, but anyway, so if you ever get a chance, please find a kahuna or someone that does the lomi lomi, because it is the most incredible experience you will ever have of your life, and you'll have profound healing. I used to have a clinic. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and my partner and I, we had an extra room available for different healers to come, and there was a man and woman from Hawaii, and they were actually haoles, but anyway, they had studied under a kahuna, and they learned the way of healing. Traditionally, sometimes it's called lomi lomi, but they called it, I think I forget what they called it, but anyway, it was this. They wanted to use the room to rent it out, but they said, we will not rent it out unless you experience it first. And so they wanted both my partner and I to do it. So anyway, my partner got on the table, and it's a husband and wife, and my partner had never experienced it either. This is my business partner. And so they told me, because I'm sitting on the ground just watching, and they said, you will feel what she feels. And I'm like, okay, so they start their process, and they turn on the interesting Hawaiian music, and it's very, beautiful Hawaiian music. Yeah. And then, so they start this like dancing, and they do, it's body work. Basically, it's a massage, right? But they worked in tandem together. So it's a man and woman, And at one point, they kind of cradle, um, the woman cradles my friend in her arms, and she starts to rock her like this, like you do with a baby. And
Oh.
then she says, I hand you to your father. And then the father starts to rock her like this. And it was so beautiful. And I could feel what she was feeling. And I start to cry. And I'm not even doing anything. I'm just watching. And she starts to cry. And anyway, so it goes on and on and on. And at the end, she says, oh my gosh, you know, at one point I started to cry, but they weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of joy and, all this stuff. And that's exactly what I was feeling. Well, anyways, she had to go because she had 2 kids, and it was, time was getting long because it was a long session. So then it
Right.
was my turn to do it. And so when they worked with me, it was, the same process basically, but I was having these such vivid and visuals in my, in the experience. So at one point, I feel like I'm this earthworm, and I'm in the earth, and the earth feels so wonderful. Like the energy from the earth is like so nourishing. And I look up and I see the blue, like the sky, and I'm this earthworm. And so I'm like, I'm going to go up there. So I go on up. And as I come out of the hole, all of a sudden I'm a dolphin, and I am swimming, 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 swimming through the water. So much fun, so much freedom. And then I look up again and I see the sky, and I go up and I jump out of the water, and all of a sudden I'm an eagle, and I'm flying all over the planet.
Oh my
And I
God.
get to one point, and I felt like I was kind of like in the Middle East, so maybe Israel or somewhere. And I see just a whole sea of people, and we were all one. We were all united. There was no division. And it was absolutely the most beautiful experience I have ever had. And it was through the way of the kahuna. And so if you ever get a chance, and anyone who's listening, please try it, because it is incredible. And so my channel is all about healing. And so for myself, I've I had my first psychic experience at the age of 6. Now, I am a psychic, but I don't call myself a psychic because people think it's parlor tricks and stupid stuff like that. And that has nothing to do with my life. I am consider myself a healer, and everything that I do on this channel is about healing. And so, but I'm a massage therapist, I'm a Reiki master, and I'm a certified
Okay.
clinical hypnotherapist. And it was through the hypnosis in one of my clients that I came to do this angel work. And she knew my background, my degrees in theology, and I used to be a monk. And so she knew my spiritual background. And she wanted to know if I did any work with angels. And I said, well, no, but I've been trained by the world's most renowned and beloved hypnotherapist on the planet. And this is an old man named Orman McGill. And at the time when I studied under him, he was about 84 years old or so. And he had written over 30 books on spirituality and hypnosis. And anyway, when I trained with him, he had his training, and then he's also a stage hypnotist. And he had people get up there, and he says, does anyone want to meet their guardian angels? And so they got up there, and he put on a show, and it was a wonderful experience for them. But the difference was he was suggesting to them that they would meet their angels. And in hypnosis, what happens is when you suggest something to someone, it's going to happen. Like you're going to believe that you're encountering your angels. And I told this friend of mine who's a client, I said, look, I can do this, but it's unethical for me to say you're going to meet your angels. Like, I can't guarantee you're going to meet your angels. I have no clue if you're going to meet your angels.
Right.
And so I won't do it. And she says, well, I want you to do it. And I said, well, I'll do this. I'll put you into hypnosis but I will never utter the word angel, and I'm not going to suggest to you that you're going to meet this. Anyway, it's a much longer story, but this was the introduction into the world of angels, and she actually did have an angel encounter in that first session.
Wow.
And from that moment on, every single solitary client that walked through that door, because I had a clinic. Now, I never advertised angel encounters, they just showed up. People kept showing up, and that kind of became my specialty. And so over the years, my angel work has morphed into like these readings that I'm giving. I've had clients all over the world on the phone. I've had in-person clients. But anyway, right now, I've been, sorry, an alarm went off in my head. That was very loud. I was very silent publicly with the angel work for many years because I felt I was being asked, don't do this. But just this summer, I was asked to come back in a public way. And that's why I started my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel's been there for many, many years, but I haven't recorded in many years. So I just started maybe, I think a month or two ago. And I do daily readings, and it's for anyone. You can be an atheist, and I do sometimes mention the Bible and stuff, but that's only because of my background and my frame of reference. But I don't want you to think I'm preaching to you. The messages are only suggestions. It's just something to consider. And I'm not being a psychic, but what I am doing is I use the cards as a tool for me to interpret what they're saying, and then I'll just say to you whatever they say. I have no clue yet. We haven't done the cards. Anyway, do you have any questions?
No, not yet.
Were you guys, do you have any spiritual background, any religion that you were raised in?
Well, we were raised originally Mormon, so our grandparents. We weren't really raised.
It's just prevalent in our family, but our immediate family, we don't like practice it or preach it.
Yeah, because it was really like my dad's side of the family.
Like our grandparents are.
Yeah,
when we aunties and uncles.
Yeah, when we stayed over there, we would go to church with them.
Yeah,
sure.
And then there was like a few years here when we were like,
we did get baptized
10, 11, 12, 13, where we kind of wanted to go to church, and we were a little bit active, and then we just kind of fell off. Our parents never pushed us to go to church. We don't go to church.
They never really went with us.
Yeah, they never.
We went, it was on our own.
Yeah, it was by ourselves. They wouldn't go with us.
Like,
okay. And do you guys, are you spiritual, or it's just not, are you atheist? What's, where are you at?
Atheist. I believe in God.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, but we just don't
belong to a religion.
Yeah, we don't identify with any religion. We just believe that he's there. We believe we have a purpose.
Good.
And that's kind of it. We don't like pushing religion. We accept all people's views. I feel like we're very open into seeing everyone, even people that don't believe in God. Anyone's views, we don't judge people. We accept everyone's views, and then we just kind of believe what we believe, and that's that everything has purpose in life, and it's a big circle.
That's great. And I believe the same. Honestly, the truth about religion is the point of religion is to point people to the reality, which is God. But unfortunately, because religion is filled with human beings that are in charge of the religion, human beings struggle with greed, power, position, and all this. And so it's very unfortunate, but sometimes people that are in the position of power within religion, they limit the people in the pews' actual growth because the people in the pews think that religion is God. Like, you go to church to see God, but once you invest in your own spiritual growth, your own spirituality, what you find out is there's something way beyond religion, and that is spirituality. Okay, you guys, so we got dropped on our video, but we're back, so welcome. And so I was saying that there's something beyond religion, and that's spirituality. And in that realm, that's when we come to know who we are, and we can be our most authentic self. And in what I talk about on my channel is how can we heal the past, those obstacles, the burdens, the traumas, the wounds, the backstabbing, and all those things that we're holding on to so tightly. that are preventing us from living and being on earth as it is in heaven. Okay, so that's what I do on my channel. You ready for a reading?
Yeah. So you want to do it separately then?
We'll do separately. Who wants to go first?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll have Saige go first then. So you want to?
Well, you can be there together. It's up to you. It could be private.
Yeah. I thought it was.
It's up to you.
Okay. So we'll have Saige go first then.
Now, I have a question. We can have the world listen, or we can just cut this out and then you have a reaction after. It's up to you.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind.
Well, there's not going to be any personal, like I'm not.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We can have the world watch. Yeah.
Okay, so Saige is first?
Yes.
Okay, so Saige, what I'm doing is I'm shuffling the cards and I'm asking your angels and my angels to be here with us to give us messages and enlighten those things in your past that you need to illuminate the healing, where the areas that you need to heal and to examine. Now, these are just messages to consider. You have free will. You can live your life however you want. But what we're doing is we're asking to have illumination so that you can work on whatever. Now, I don't know what's going to come up here. We'll just see. And I'm going to take one more card. I don't show you the cards. I do it differently than other people. This is such an incredible reading. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. All right. So right now, there's a lot of it's time to celebrate. So we're talking about living and being on earth as it is in heaven. You have so much to be grateful for. You have such strong family connections. You have you might be quite emotional lately, but or perhaps your emotion is your gift. Okay. And I'm hoping that you have some sort of creative outlet, but let me tell you what, you have an incredible, if you can imagine your future and what you want. Have you heard of the law of attraction?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see the movie The Secret? Oh, you're too young. How old are you guys?
Oh, law of attraction.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard of that, but I don't know what.
Okay. Okay, manifestation. Do you know what manifestation is? Okay, I'll just explain it.
Sorry.
Okay, so when you're young, you have an idea of what your future, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. When you're a child, anything's possible. Like there's no limitation until the adults in your life say, what are you, a dreamer? You need to wake up. You need to pay your bills. You need to, stop being a kid. Well, it's true. We have responsibilities as an adult, but that doesn't mean we need to stop dreaming. And so what the law of attraction is as we identify those things deep down in our core, what we want and desire. Now, there was a movie called The Secret, and it described all of this, and it's probably available on Netflix. I don't know. But yeah, look it up. But they use a lot of bait in it, like, oh, if you want a car, you can get a car. And they're talking about all this material stuff. But honestly, it has nothing to do with material. You can attract a car into your life if that's what you want. But I tend to encourage people to really connect with what are the emotions you want to attract. So do you want true love, like that fantasy right off into the sunset love that everyone dreams about when they're kids, but when you're an adult, it's like, boy, that's a bunch of bull. Well, because the problem is people are human. And when you're in a relationship, it takes two to tango. So we have to teach one another how to be in a relationship. So if someone's hurting you, you need to be able to communicate to them and actually be grateful for them when they hurt you. Because when they're pushing a button, if you love this person, they're not doing it on purpose. They just didn't know you had a button to push. Okay. So honestly, it's a switch in mindset where instead of like, how dare he do that? And I'm going to get after him, because our natural inclination is to fight and it's to like attack. Whereas what I'm asking you to consider is now be great. Say, whoa, he just pushed a major button and I'm mad, But I'm not going to be mad at him, because what he's doing is he's pushing a button about something that I'm sensitive to that happened way back in my past. And so your job now is to investigate what happened back there. What was that button? And then once you learn more about it, like in the moment when you're mad, you say, oh my God, you just pushed a button, and I need to learn more about that button. But just know, if you push it again, I'm really going to be mad again. But I'm mad, but not mad at you. Okay. And so you go back and you examine, I believe in journaling a lot, and really trying to figure out, put the pieces of the puzzle together. But for you, in your reading, what it's saying is how you're going to put the pieces of the puzzle together is you need to look forward so in one sense, you're going to reconnect to the past, which is, what were your childhood fantasies? What was the magical life you wanted for yourself? And then right now, you're going to look forward and say, okay, at who I am today, this is what I want for my future. Now, as a practical example, is if you want to go to Europe, you can't just go to Europe. There's a process to going to Europe. So to go to Europe, you have to have a passport. To get a passport, you have to have a passport photo, passport application. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So how can you possibly receive what it is? Like, God wants to give you a gift. What is the gift you want to receive? And that's what you need to clarify yourself. Here I am at my age with my kids, my family, my situation. What do I want next? And when you clarify that for yourself, and use your imagination, be very creative, because whatever it is, you can have, but you have to want it. And I'm not talking about a car. I'm talking about, like, anything. You want a new career? Like, if you want to be the YouTuber of the century, you can have it. But how do you do that? It's connecting to who you are in your inner core, and it's being authentic and not wavering from that, and being able to communicate with your partner and those people around who perhaps do stifle your creativity, who take you away from that magical dream that you had as a child, and what that magical dream you have right now. And then there's a process to receiving it. Okay. So whatever it is you want, you commit to yourself. Yes, this is what I've decided I want. And then you can go forward and align yourself with the process. So I love this. I'm just going to take a couple more cards, but honestly, I don't think I need to. This might be a little bit more. Yeah. I'm so excited for you. Oh, wow. Yeah. You have the world at your fingertips. Anything is possible. Dream big. It's coming. But the biggest obstacle, do you know what it is?
Myself.
Yes. You are your biggest obstacle. We all are. We're all our own biggest obstacle, because we think, oh, I couldn't do that. Or, oh, yeah, I want it, but, I'm too busy. Or those are excuses. It's time. It is time to dream, and dream big.
Yeah.
You ready for it? You ready?
Ooh. Yeah. Yes.
All right. I love that reading. That was incredible.
Oh yeah. It makes sense for her.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
Really? Now, are you creative, or you struggle with creativity?
I'm pretty creative.
Okay, good. Because
Yeah.
that's your gift, and it really showed.
Yeah.
Now, what about the emotional part? Can you connect to your emotions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're both pretty emotional people.
Okay.
But
then that whole thing, it literally makes sense of what happened in I don't know.
Yeah.
What's been happening maybe the last couple weeks.
Okay.
And it's really good.
Now, don't ever think of emotion as a weakness. Your emotions are clues into, it's your subconscious trying to tell you what to pay attention to. And you might think it's right here, oh, I'm so mad, this happened. Yeah, that's what's happening now. But it's something way back there you haven't addressed, and you need to heal. You need to talk to that person, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it makes 100% sense.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so that's Sage. Now I'm shuffling the cards again. Summer, you're a completely different person. And I know that twins, unfortunately, the world says, oh, you're twins. Oh, you're identical. No. Are you identical?
I mean, we're identical in the sense that we're identical twins.
Or
We're not identical personalities or
exactly. You have
people. Yeah.
different interests. You have different, you want to be
We
treated
might have
as,
the same demeanor, but
Yeah, but we're
no,
we're different,
yeah,
obviously.
absolutely. So that's why we're doing 2 readings here. And so we're asking your angels to be here. And again, the same thing. We're to illuminate the past, to show you and me, these readings for all of us, really. But what do we need to examine, or you examine in your life, that will help you to release and heal those obstacles that are preventing you from living and being on earth as it is in heaven? Okay.
Mhm.
So now, I do know one thing about you guys that I wish I didn't. Meaning, you guys on your profile it says you're Libra. Is that right?
oh yeah.
Okay. So Libras are known for being in balance and fighting for justice and making sure that things are, going the way they're supposed to go, because that's only fair, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this part of Libra is showing up for you. And I think that you are ready for a new beginning. Like, you are sick and tired of whatever the heck's been going on. I need a little bit more clarification, but you're ready for some change in your life. Oh yeah. You are ready for some change. How interesting. Now, I've never met you guys. I've never talked to you, but now, of the 2, are you more, you're the shy one or the more quiet one?
Uh,
If not, what
yeah.
what the cards are
Yes.
saying, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. And that's great. We're all individuals. But what you need to do, though, right now is make sure, because you've been acting in a role of being an extrovert, but you're really not. You charge your batteries better when you're alone and you have time for you. And this is where you learn. This is where you charge your batteries and where you'll get the insight in order to make the change that you're looking for. And you're ready for a change. But what's neat is you're ready, but it's not going to be painful, because you have the courage, the strength. And when you go back into this isolation, in this period of what I would call meditation, or just getting to know yourself, like, what do I want? So kind of like Saige's reading is like, what do you want? But hers is different. Hers was connecting to her creative side. You are more in the brain, and you have more of a yeah, well, you do your best when you have time for you. Let me get some more cards here. Now, this is for the sense of, here we are again. I was going to say a sense of balance. Another balance card just came in. Maybe you're just like not feeling balanced. Okay. And what's kind of neat is that they're saying, like, there's nothing here about emotions. Nothing. Not one thing about emotions. It's an intellectual thing that you're trying to figure out. But guess what the outcome is that when you connect to your skills. So I don't think you probably haven't seen my videos, but I talk about, there's a quiver on your back. A quiver is where you put the arrows, and the arrows are like tools to accomplish your task. So when you're a hunter and you need to have food, you pull out your arrow and you get your food. Well, what this is saying is, for you to get your balance, for you to have your justice, for you to accomplish this life that you want, you need to go into your cave. You need to spend time with you and be balanced within. You have your own sense of balance. So then when you go out of your cave, you can teach the people around you, say, you know what? I figured it out. Because you only, the people in the scenario, and you're real smart. You have a good judge of who they are, and you have probably a lot of strategic, tactical type abilities. That's good. Okay. And instead of approaching it from emotion, because the people around you are not emotional, they are like, they're know-it-alls probably. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, and what's neat is I do see some financial reward coming, but what will help you is to be generous. Like, keep being generous. You are generous, but keep being generous and use the tools that you already have to get the job done. All right, I've said a lot so far. I don't, any of it resonating?
Yeah, it is. At first, I was kind of a little confused. It was a little bit. It started off a little bit, not like right into it. Like with mine, it just went straight into yours. As soon as you said like the first out, instantly we kind of both knew. But I think when you were like going and explaining it, talking a little bit more into it, now I can relate that. Points. Yeah, now I can relate that to exactly a specific thing actually that's going on right now.
Okay, well, this is a funny thing because like when people go for a reading, not to me, but just like you sometimes there's these stage psychics, and my sister tells a story because she goes to a lot of those different shows and things. And the psychic's up there, is there someone up there who blah, blah, blah. And she's saying all these things. And my sister's like, darn, I wish I could have come up in the reading. And then she gets home, she's like, oh my God, like every single solitary thing that lady said was me. But I didn't realize it at the time because I was hoping she was going to talk about one thing. And
I think that's what it is. That
okay, well, let me explain how it works with me. Okay, and I have nothing to do with it, but in the past, so like people think that, well, this is what I need to work on, and that's your subconscious. So here's an example. When I used to work at a university, and I had 53 students that were my employees. And I hadn't done any of my psychic stuff for years. And, you know, where I'm actually like tuning in. And, but this, one of my employees, she was probably 18 or 19 years old. And I just absolutely felt I needed to tell her something. It was a message for her. And so I told her. And she says, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm going through. Like, how did you know? I'm like, I don't know. You know, I just felt I had to tell you this. So she goes and she tells all the other 53 employees, you know, Paul's a psychic, Paul's a psychic.
Oh my God.
Right. So the kids would come up, you know, while we're working, they're like, do me. What do you know about me? And so this is kind of fun, you know, because when you're working around the computer labs, sometimes it's boring, and because we love to help people to solve their computer problems, but a lot of it is just sitting around waiting for people to ask questions. So anyway, this one gal, she says, oh, do me, you know. I said, well, think of a happy time for you that, you know, in your childhood. And she's, okay, 8th grade. I said, 8th grade? And I'm sorry, I have my cards in my hand. And I'm going like this. I'm like, 8th grade? I said, a happy time. She said, oh yeah, that was the happiest time ever. Those were my best friends. And I said, well, I feel a separation. She said, well, yeah, my family left the state and we went somewhere else. And so in her mind, she thinks 8th grade's the happy time. But what I tuned into was where she needed healing from 8th grade that she was in total denial about. You get it? Meaning, we remember in our brain the happy things. No one wants to remember the bad things. But subconsciously, she needed healing regarding that subconscious. Now, I have one more story, and it's with these students. Another gal, I said, think of a happy time when you were a child. You know, what grade were you in? And she says, 9th grade. And immediately I said, did you know a gal named Tamara who dated a guy named John, and she was a cheerleader? Oh my God, that was my best friend. And I said, you know, I said more stuff. And I said, was there I said, I feel like you had a major falling out. And she says, well, yeah, she cheated on my boyfriend, you know, on my boyfriend with him, you know. Oh. And so, but this is how it works. I said, think of a happy time. In 9th grade, her best friend was Tamara. They were best friends. This is happy. We remember the good things. but subconsciously, she had not addressed her best friend cheating on her with the boyfriend. Okay. So this reading, I don't know why it came up, but I'll just recap the main components of it. Okay. Is that for you, at least right now, what will benefit you the most is to spend time alone when you can. I know you have a lot of kids, right?
Yeah.
You both have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But, and as a mother, it's hard to get mom, alone time, right?
Yeah.
Usually. All right. So do your favorite me stuff, like get your coffee or take a bubble bath or whatever it is you can do to get alone and reconnect with who you are. And it's not something you need to think through, but be at your inner core with yourself. Be connected to you. And then when you emerge out of what I call the cave, you can look, because you're, as a Libra, their whole thing is about truth, justice, and balance. So what's the truth of what's going on? How do I communicate that truth in a way using your tactical skills so that you're not coming out as a attacker? You are, you're going to handle it in a gentle way, but very strategically is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to receive that balance, or perhaps even maybe you're not out of balance, but you're surrounded by someone or a situation where they need balance. And because balance is a gift for you and justice is a gift for you, you'll be able to teach them how to do it. Okay. Because I do see where there are other people involved. And in this card, you would be the person teaching or giving. So I said, be generous with your skills. And maybe that's something that you do. And yeah. Okay. You need any more clarification? I can do one more card.
I know. I feel like the exact situation that you're talking about. I understand it.
Okay, good. Now the last card that came out is like your sisters, is anything you want. So the end result of what you want, you can have. You can heal this situation in the future through this reconnecting to who you are and your desire for peace and balance and for the right result to happen. You can have it, and it's going to happen according to this. All right?
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you guys. So tell us more about your channel. How can people find you? And how often do you upload videos?
So our channel is actually called Saige and Summer.
Yeah.
We made our Summer.
And you're on Instagram. I found you on Instagram.
On Instagram. We're just on Instagram together. But that's our YouTube channel. We post every Tuesday and Thursdays, or we try to. We're trying to post every Tuesday, Thursdays. And that's it. You can find us on Instagram or YouTube.
Yeah. We're still fairly new, so
yeah, we're still
working our way up there.
Yes.
All right. So everyone who's listening, go over and visit their channel and follow them on Instagram. They're really a lot of fun. I mean, I reached out to them on Instagram because I thought I really enjoyed the first video I watched, and I've watched a couple others. But anyway, so I'm glad you could be here today, and I hope you keep in touch and let me know if you ever need anything. And otherwise, we'll see you next time. And hey, guys, you are not loved. You're profoundly loved. You get it? You're profoundly loved. Don't ever forget it. You're profoundly loved. And so we'll see you next time. And everyone else who's watching, please like and subscribe this video. Go and visit Saige and Summer's channel, and take care for now. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.